Okay, so to start this video off, we're actually going to go back a little bit because yesterday got really hectic time management wise. So let's go back a bit. Okay, it's 3:54 and we are starting the creation process. Okay, but before any of that can happen, we gotta clean up the workstation. Alright, so some compromises had to be made for previous projects to even start. But now we have a project that involves this, so now this has to be cleaned. Okay, it turns on, so that's good. It's going to clean nozzle. Yes. Listen to some Doonskis while I wait. Alright, it's pulling fine so far. Oh, we're free! Alright, cool. That's a good sign. Cleaning has been completed, or at least as completed as I remember the process going. So now I'm gonna just attempt to go through one of the most nightmarish things of these old machines, which is calibration. So what that means, so for context, what that means is the machine is going to touch a little sensor on the nozzle at each of the four corners to see if the bed is level, and if it's not, it'll give me an error, and if it is, then it'll say you're good to go, which sometimes is not always true. So all we have to do is cross our fingers and hope that this isn't just a very, very annoying back and forth, because the reason why it's a nightmare is that sometimes when it does give you that error and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna fix it, you tweak one end and then you do the calibration again and it says, okay, now it's the other end. So now you're just chasing it type of a thing. It's a process, and it's one that I never really got a hang of. So trial and error. and rinse and repeat. That's generally how it goes. Um, I mean, after I tweak these little white knobs here. So, here we go. At this point of recording, I'm still calibrating, and I honestly forgot how much of a child that machine can be. But yeah, if it seems like there's a lack of running or exercise, it's mostly because I'm doing it in between the downtimes of calibrating. So when the machine is running and I'm not supposed to interact with it, I do things like running in place, butt kicks, stretches, little things like that. And it's not a part of the plan proper, and it's a little bit of a scapegoat because it is. But at this point, at this early point, I think any sort of physical exertion is better than no exertion and eating something absolutely greasy. So yeah, I am not done with the day yet, and I think I can shove in some animation, but we'll see where my patience level gets with this machine. Software, and it recognizes the printer. You can't see my mouse on this software. That's interesting. Okay. So let's see if we can get it running. And if so, then I'll run over there and I'll hit play on that, and we'll see if it messes up anywhere. So this is just the bed test to see if everything is truly level and if the plastic is extruding properly. Okay, let's see if this still talks to the machine over there. Okay, hopefully the extruder doesn't smack into my 360 while it's doing its job. So, all right, cross fingers. All right, so the build has finished. Let's get this out of the way. And it looks good. Everything's down on the floor. Let's stop the time lapse. So I think I'm gonna get ready to go grab a bite for dinner, and then I can come back and start the print proper. It sounds like a plane getting ready to take off. All right, so that looks like an okay start. I forgot to include a raft or a bed, so there is a potential, because it is building something that's relatively thin and high vertically, that somewhere toward the middle or somewhere toward the end, it might accidentally like unseat the print. It's a risk, but I don't know. I think the print's wide enough that it that won't happen. We'll find out, I guess. It's been almost an hour, maybe a little more than an hour. So far, no errors, and the print hasn't unseated itself, so far so good. So I'm a little too paranoid to just like work on something else. Like I keep having to go from one station to that station and just check on it like every once in a while. So I might not work on the animation tonight. But the goal is to get that print done before I go to sleep. I don't know. We'll see what comes first. The crickets are going and the machine has stopped, which means that the print is done, theoretically. I've sort of been paying attention to it. It's not totally so. That looks pretty good. All right, so the toothpaste squeezer. Um, if I didn't have to calibrate the machine, or if I didn't spend so long calibrating it, I think it's the experiment could have taken like 4 hours, I think, from idea to cobble together. And as far as the device itself goes, it works. I don't know if it works as advertised, but that's mostly because I don't know what to do with these extra little bits. They're not extra, but I just don't know what to do with them, and it works without them, sort of. It's just a little janky. But yeah, in any case, I guess we'll get back to it.